Forget this bullshit about law, about right and wrong.
Listen to what he just said. I know maybe we're going in circle, but he just said, forget about what's right and wrong. What are you saying? What are you putting out into the world? Forget about right and wrong. This is how you're using your influence?
There is no right.
No,
and wrong.
No, there is, actually. There is right and wrong. This isn't a controversial statement, and it's incredible that this is even a talking point. There is right and wrong. You're not supposed to submit to the powers that be. He's viewing it from a man-made perspective, and this is a very atheist point of view. He's acting as if the people in power can dictate morality because they have more arm. No, God's real. He believes this. He talks about this. He talked about how God was the reason that he lost his fight because God wanted him, was shielding him from something. In this last stream, he was just saying this.
Wrong. From a moral perspective, there is. But if you read a history book, the winners were always right somehow. Because once you win...
And that's wrong. And we know that the victors write the history books. Please have a Tate versus Dave debate. That would be great. They're both good at debating. I'll ask him. Maybe he's interested.
You get to decide the story. And when you decide the story, you don't write yourself as a bad guy. That is the truth of how the world actually functions. And it's the same all the way down to your level. You as a person need to understand you are at constant war with other people.
And again, it's just the fact that he doesn't see the irony about building your brand on the idea that we should resist the slave mind. Escape the matrix, resist the slave. So how? How do you resist the slave mind if you're saying there's no right and wrong because of the powers? What is the diagnosis now? What's the solution? Getting a bunch of Bugattis, making a bunch of money? You always talk about how I've heard his talking points over the years. He says, as a billionaire, I could be on a yacht fucking a bunch of models, but I choose to be fighting the fight because I do what's right. I could just fuck off and be on a yacht and sleep with a bunch of women and be a degenerate, but I'm doing my podcast to fight what's right and escape the matrix and resist the slave mind. You are echoing the slave mind. You have now become the matrix. Someone needs to put a flash like Men in Black on his face. If now nothing matters and there's no right and wrong, then you should just go on that yacht and do all the degenerate things that you were saying you could do. What's the point of you being on this podcast? Who are you? Are you trying to convince people to reject morality? Are you trying to convince people to just fall in line? Are you telling people to just let the powers that be do as they will? What is your perspective now? How is this escaping the matrix, Andrew Tate?